Namaskar. Colonel Mayank Chaubey back with us today as we discuss the Iran-Israel conflict. Are peace talks going on? If so, what is the role of United States? Because Trump has cut short his G7 trip to come back to Washington, D.C. So something is definitely brewing. And with the latest on what is the situation, has Israel wiped out all the nuclear installations inside Iran, including the really hardened deep one called Fordo? All this and more. Let's welcome Colonel Mayank Chaubey. Colonel Saab, namaskar and welcome to P Guru's channel. How are you?
Namaskar, 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, perfectly fine. So there you go, sir. Take it away. Iran-Israel conflict, including the Fordo facility. Your thoughts on how many nuke sites have been taken out? Is there anything left? Is the only thing now looking like a regime change so that they will get two in one? What are your thoughts, sir?
Thank you, 𝗏𝙗𝙗, for inviting me to your esteemed channel. It's indeed a pleasure to come and speak with your august audience. I have made a small chart of the facilities which are existing in Iran as we speak of their nuclear prowess. The first and the most important facility is Natanz. Natanz, you know, it came into the news because the Israelis in their second wave took on Natanz facility. And why is Natanz famous? Because Natanz carries out the uranium enrichment in Iran. Now, what they were doing is that they were going much beyond the 60% limit and they were enriching uranium to 90%. And the thing that they did was that they restricted the entry of the IAEA inspectors into this facility. Number two, there were cameras installed to monitor the activities and they were also tampered with, taken out. So what they were trying to do surreptitiously was not known to the world. So it became imperative for either Israel or the US to come and take a stand as to something fishy was going on. So nobody in the world was aware as to what was going on in this facility. Hence, this facility was taken down, the first and foremost in the second wave of Operation Rising Lion by the Israelis. Now, they had a number of centrifuges, and I'm given to understand that the centrifuges have been christened as IR6, and they are not one, not two, but not in 100, but in thousands. So they were enriching uranium at a very, very fast pace. Some inputs tell me that they had enriched uranium, weapon-grade uranium, to the tune of 408 kgs. There are other reports which came that they have enriched uranium, weapon-grade, to the tune of 7.5 tons. So these were conflicting reports, but nobody can say as to how much uranium they had with them. The second facility that we have discussed is Fordo. Now, Fordo, the Natanz falls in the Isfahan province, and Fordo is part of the Qom province.
Do you have a PowerPoint? Do you have a PowerPoint deck you would like to share with us?
Yes, I'll upload
please do. A small request to all of you to like this video because Colonel Chaubey, we were talking about this and then we got this technical difficulty, so we had to go fight something else. Now I just remembered. Here we go, sir. Over to you, please.
Just a minute, if you permit, I'll just run through the slides. Whether is this the updated version or not?
Yeah.
No, this is the older version. I'll take it out and I'll put the newer version.
Please do. And while he's at it, viewers, Sengols. Have you got your Sengol yet? If not, please get it. And we will be soon shipping the enclosure Sengols also. We've almost got it done, and that will again start shipping. There we have about 10 or 15 outstanding orders. Thanks for your patience, but it will start shipping very, very soon. So, yes, sir.
This is the same Sengol you are gifting to all your guests, 𝗏𝙗𝙗.
Please send us your address, Colonel Mayank ji. You have my email address. Please do.
Yes,
actually, we will send you version 2, which is a Sengol with an enclosure, so you can put it on your desk. And I would love it if camera can capture that for all your shows. For all your shows.
Definitely. So the slide is up. 𝗏𝙗𝙗, you can flash the slide.
Yes.
I was hurriedly updating, so not all information has been transcribed onto the slide. But then, yes, a fair amount of information is there, so we can go on to the next slide.
Yes.
I was in the process of updating, so it may not be very updated, but when I speak, I'll be updating as we go on. So Operation Rising Lion was launched on the night of 12th/13th June, technically 13th June 2025. And it was at around 5 o'clock in the morning, Indian Standard Time, that it was launched. Next slide, please, sir. Now, we speak of the first wave. Now, the first wave was typical, where they took out high-value targets within within Iran. Now, these high-value targets were the commanders of the IRCG, the Republican Guard, which is their elite force, and they took out all the commanders one by one in precision strikes. Now, I was given to understand that the strike were carried out in a number of fashions. Number one, air strike. They used air power to take them on. Number two, they used drones. And interesting part, 𝗏𝙗𝗍, is that these drones were located inside Tehran, and the facility which was making these drones was also inside Tehran. There were Irani workers working on these drones, and they didn't know that they were making drones for Israel. So these drones were made in Iran, made in Tehran, launched from Tehran, and they attacked the targets in Tehran itself, and they took out these targets. Now, these were, 𝗏𝙗𝗍, as you would have seen on social media, very precise hits. They show a 5-story building where there's a gaping hole in the window at the 4th floor. So they knew precisely as to where their target was. We had just flashed a figure in the slide.
Go to the next one, please.
If we just come on to that figure, yes. He is Major General Mohammad Hussain Bagheri. Interestingly, this man he met with Field Marshal Asam Munir, and Field Marshal Munir presented him with a watch. And the story goes that this watch probably had a locating beacon which was giving bleeps as to where he was located. And then he was taken out. But then this is a matter of conjecture. Nobody exactly knows whether he was wearing a watch at that point of time or not. But the fact is that he was presented with a watch, and number two, that he was taken out by the Israeli strikes. And please, he was a very important figure in their military hierarchy. He oversaw the coordination between the Islamic Republic of the army of Iran, that is Artesh, the IRCG, and the Law Enforcement Council. So he was their commander-in-chief, you can say, or the Combined Defense Staff, CDS of Iran. So he was taken out initially. Then came a few names. They were leaders of the IRGC, and then they were top nuclear scientists. They were professor, of course. The professor was, of course, a top nuclear scientist. They were retired heads of their atomic energy organization also. So yesterday, Benjamin Netanyahu came out that 10 nuclear scientists have been eliminated in these strikes. This is the latest figure. I'm sorry, I have been using the word IRCG. It is actually IRGC. I correct myself. Yes. I correct myself. Itna josh hai na bolne mein, you keep mixing words. So much is going on in this world. So these are a few names which were named on the very first day. If you see, then you see Hossein Salami, the IRGC's commander-in-chief. Then you have Ghulam Ali Rashid, the Armed Forces Strategic Commander. He was taken out. Then we had Dr. Tiranchi. He was the project supervisor who was supervising the enrichment of uranium and development of the nuclear weapons. So he was a very important figure in the Iranian nuclear hierarchy. The fourth name that they gave was of Feridun Abbasi. Now, he was the ex-head of their atomic energy organization. We go on to the next slide. Now, these are the photographs of these people who have been taken out. Now, this is the general area where the trouble has been brewing for ages. Now, this slide aims to align you when we speak as to where Iran is located and where Israel is located. So, if you see, as the crow flies, the distance between Israel and Iran comes out to roughly 1200 to 1500 kilometers. 1200 at the northernmost tip, and when you touch upon Haifa, it becomes 1500 kilometers. Why am I speaking of these distances is that when we speak of the range of the missiles which have been fired by Iran, then these distances come into play. So the distance will dictate as to which missile has been used by Iran on Israeli targets. Shall we have the next slide, please? So once the first wave was over, Iran launched a counter-offensive. And the counter-offensive they launched, they used a number of drones, a swarm of drones were used, and my Israeli friend informed me that these drones, they overflew Saudi airspace and they were taken down on Saudi airspace by the Israeli jets. So they were taken down much before they could touch their Iron Dome or the David Sling. Now, the important part was that before the offensive was launched by Israel, America had warned that their assets should not be touched. And Israel had said that if in case somebody attacks us, then the American assets will be definitely taken on. Now, these are various American bases and posts which are existing between the land masses of Israel and Iran. So you see a sizable concentration of American interests exist in this area where the conflict is taking place. Shall we go to the next slide, please, sir? Now, this is the concentration of the American troops. So these are concentric circles. Darker the circle, lesser the number of troops in the area. So if you see, their troops are concentrated more in the Baghdad area. Now, what happens in the retaliation? Iran attacks the Baghdad airport. There were blasts which were reported from Baghdad airport. So the mind went as to why are they targeting Baghdad airport. So the reports came that the American troops and their bases were very close to the airport. So a signaling was being given that stop Israel from acting, otherwise we are going to target your bases directly. The next slide, please. Okay, this has got no relevance at present. This is the American presence vis-a-vis the Kurds. We go to the next slide. Now, the second wave of Rising Lion comes in. And in this wave, what Israel did was it took on the nuclear assets of Iran. Before doing so, they neutralized their air defense system. So they started off with neutralization of air defense system in the southern part of Iraq, the boundary of Iraq toward the southern side. They started from that side and they started clearing the obstacles to their path upwards. Shall we go to the next slide, please? These are the locations of the various nuclear interests of Iran. So we'll halt at this slide and we'll discuss. Right in the center, you find Natanz uranium enrichment plant. We have already spoken about the plant and the importance of this plant. Now, if you take your eyes slightly to the left, to the upper right part, you find Fordo uranium enrichment plant. Now, Fordo enrichment uranium plant is in Qom province of Iran. It is just 32 kilometers from Qom. Now, what happens is that there is an attack on Fordo uranium enrichment plant. It's a hardened facility. Now, what happens is that here the enrichment is taking place much beyond 60% purity. And there's a high level concern that what is going on in Fordo. Now, Fordo is tucked in the mountainous folds and it is a hardened facility, as we have already discussed. So a lot of explosives will be used in taking down this facility. And as a result, Qom reported earthquake of the scale of 2.5 on the Richter scale. So when a lot of explosives goes under the earth and it explodes, the reverberations are felt and you feel as if an earthquake has hit you. So that is the reason why we found earthquakes in Quetta, we found earthquakes in Sargodha, now we are finding earthquakes in Qom. So we can draw similes here. Sri sir, as we go ahead, we can draw similes between Operation Sindoor and Operation Rising Lion. Both have been as if just they have been put on top of each other. I'm forgetting the word. I'm missing that word. Nevertheless, you find a copybook of Operation Sindoor in Operation Rising Lion.
Superimpose one over the other.
Superimpose. Thank you so much for enlightening me. The next place, if you see onto the left of Natanz, is Arak. Now, Arak is a heavy water reactor plant. So we require heavy water to cool when the centrifuges are rotating and you are purifying uranium and reactions are going on. So a lot of heat is generated. So you require heavy water to cool this thing. So these heavy water plants are located in Arak. Now this is in the Markazi province of Iran. So as we move toward the left, it is the Markazi province of Iran. Now the heavy water reactor is IR40. Now this was modified after the joint inspection was carried out by the Iranian nuclear scientists and the scientists from the IAEA. So a lot of modification was going on and nobody really knew as to what were the intentions of Iran when they were doing all these things. So the intent of IAEA was to bring down all these facilities to the original standard. Iran was going much beyond the stipulated standards and IAEA wanted Iran to come back to the original standard. So this tussle was going on before this strike was taken. Now, if you go where exactly, so next to the Natanz uranium plant, we have the Isfahan uranium conversion facility. I am missing that point. Okay, it's on to the south of Natanz. So as we move down, you find the Isfahan uranium conversion facility, which is of course located in the Isfahan province of Iran. Now it produces uranium hexafluoride, UF6, and this plant was operational on the second day also. So Isfahan uranium facility was taken down at a later stage, or was it not? That is yet to be found out. But for sure, Arak, Natanz, Parchin, Fordo have all been taken down. Now we come down to the last facility, that is the Bushehr nuclear power plant. It is located in the Bushehr province, and what it does is it has got a civilian nuclear reactor, and incidentally this civilian nuclear reactor has been provided by none other than Russia, the erstwhile USSR. Now it was operational and it was being monitored by the International Atomic Energy Agency, and what they found was that there were limited proliferation concerns so far as the Bushehr nuclear plant were concerned. Rest all are uranium mines and facilities which were of not much importance. Shall we go to the next slides? Now, we have already discussed Natanz. I have just put it on the slide. We can go to the next slide. Oh, this was the other mandate that I was given to discuss Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Sir, do you want me to discuss now, or shall we go at a later stage?
Just give me 1 second, Colonel Mayank Chaubey. Viewers, we want to show you the intensity of some of these attacks. We have two videos. The first video is actually Iran TV broadcasting station, and a bomb got dropped right on that. Take a look at this. I'm hoping that this will not, it will not get, we won't get penalized. Just watch this.
صدای متجاوز به خاک وطن، صدای متجاوز به صدای حق و حقیقت است. آنچه که ملاحظه کردید، صدایی که شنیدید، فضای غبارآلود استادیوم
So that was one, and there is another one. Even as all these things are happening, couple of cargo planes have flown in from China, carrying one wonders what. We're going to show you one of these planes landing. Here we go. Radio silence, Sergey. So that's what I wanted to share. Sir, we can get back to the family of Khamenei, I should say.
Family comes later, sir. First is duty. So
yes,
you showed the first clip, and that was an attack on a broadcasting station in the northern district, in the district number 3 of Tehran. Now, district number 3 of Tehran houses the office of the IRIB, that is the Iranian Information and Broadcasting. This facility was attacked by Israel. It was a top attack ammunition which did this task, and the important thing was that Israel had forewarned Iran that they are going to attack here. Please vacate this district number 3 of Tehran to be vacated. After that, they attacked this facility, and this was not an innocent broadcasting company. From this station, sermons of the Supreme Commander Ayatollah Khamenei, they were broadcasted. The statements of the people who underwent torture and who were subjected to this horrific experience, their statements used to be broadcasted from this place. It was a propaganda machinery of Iran, which was in play as per the Israelis. They had a hub of optic fibers here, and this was again a facility which was being used by the Iranian secret agency for their nefarious activities. These all the Iranian sources have informed. So this facility was taken down intentionally. It was not an attack on the press as it is being played everywhere, and Iran then vowed that, okay, we will also take down your media facilities. But this is the truth which was prevailing. There are videos which showed that this facility caught fire, and as a result of this bombing, when the lady announcer, she went away, a number of technicians were either dead or they got injured severely as a result of this attack. The second picture that you showed was a cargo plane of Chinese origin coming into Iran. The beauty is, sir, this is not the very first time that such planes have entered Iranian airspace after shutting off their transponders. In November 2024, we had a Nigerian plane, a cargo plane, which lands in China, as it lands in Iran, and after entering the airspace, it shuts off its transponders so that it is blind to the public. Nobody can notice its movement. Now, this Chinese planes which have come, reportedly, they have carried the anti-aircraft system, the AD systems. They have carried a number of radars because they are supposed to replenish the military equipment which have been taken down by the Israeli forces. The foreign minister of China, he had a discussion with the Iranian leadership, and this plane load came as a result of this. There were also reports that convoys are moving through Balochistan into Iran, which are replenishing the military equipment of Iran to help them in their fight.
Sir, wait. What is going on here? Pakistan is helping both sides, hunting with the hounds and running with the hares.
That is typical Pakistan. If you had noticed, the leader of IRGC, he gave a statement. I'm forgetting the name, Majid something. He gave a statement that Pakistan has said if in case Israel attacks Iran with nuclear weapons, Pakistan will use their nuclear weapons and attack Israel. You remember, sir, there was a statement.
Yes.
People say that Pakistan is now siding with Iran. I said Iran has pulled out a trump card. Sir, in childhood days, we used to play a game and we used to use the word 𝗏𝗏. So this was a 𝗏𝗏 from the Iranian side. What they have done is they have committed Pakistan into supporting Iran because they know that Pakistan is going to side by US. They are going to use the Shamsi airbase and the bases which they have repaired in haste. So Iran first of all gave a message, hello Pakistan. And in India, the media went bonkers that, look, Iran is siding with Pakistan. Pakistan is going to support India. Our diplomacy has failed. And Iran is now going to be in Pakistan's lap and so and so. But actually, it is a diplomatic bluff. Iran has put Pakistan in tight corners. And let us see how it fans out.
It's the name of the guy who made that statement is Mohsen Razai, National Security Council member.
Thank you so much,
sir. You're welcome, sir. Let's now continue your PowerPoint.
Now we come to the highest family of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Academic sake, his father Sayyid Javed Khamenei, he is a cleric from Najaf and he is of Azeri origin. Point to be noted that from where he comes. His mother Khadija Mirdamadi, she is of Persian descent, but she came from a very religious family. Now, they had total 8 children. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was one of them. He is married to Mansoor 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗦, and 1964 they got married. So very soon they would have celebrated their anniversary, the 60th anniversary, very recently. They had 6 children in all, 4 sons. Now the 4 sons have all been christened with the word M. Mustafa, Mujtaba, Masood, Mesem, and 2 daughters, Bosha and Hoda. Now, the important part is, we'll come at that point later. Regarding the marital alliances, they have carefully married into people of very high standings in Iran. Mujtaba, he is married into the Haddad family, and Mustafa and Masood, the 2 other sons, they are married to daughters of prominent clerics. Mujtaba, he is a powerful figure in Irani hierarchy. He is an undeclared successor of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. And the reports say that Ali Khamenei is a shade softer than Mujtaba. So if Mujtaba takes over the reins of Iran, you'll see more mayhem. Now, this gentleman, he controls the security, the media, and the economic circles in Iran. The 2 younger brothers, Masood and Mustafa, they stayed inside bunkers during the entire conflict. So, please don't get confused in the 2 names. Mujtaba is the successor and Mustafa is not the successor. Generally, people confuse Mustafa with Mujtaba. So, the next slide. Now, this family, it draws its lineage from the Sayyid clan, and they claim descent from Imam Zain al-Abidin. He is the 4th Shia Imam. Now, he comes from Imam Hussein, and Imam Hussein ultimately is linked to Prophet Muhammad. So, this is the lineage of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Now, his roots, they spread into Tafresh, Najaf, and Khamenei. Now, the entire family, it has taken shelter in a secure bunker which is in Lavizan in north of Tehran. Sir, if in case we people know this, I am very sure Israel would be knowing it precisely. Now, in the entire
no wristwatches, sir, no wristwatches gifted to Mujtaba?
No report as yet. Now, during the entire conflict, Mujtaba was by the side of his father. He was there commanding troops and giving orders. Masood and Mustafa, they remained separate. They were hiding inside the bunkers. So this is all about the family. There were rumors that the family has fled Iran, but then they are just rumors. That day before yesterday, a plane load of people from the Ayatollah family, they had fled Iran to undisclosed places, but it has not been confirmed as yet. Yes, of course, one of the daughters, she left Iran in the year 1985 along with her husband, Ali Tehrani, but she came back to Iran in 1995, but she's been living separately from the entire family. So that is very precisely about the family. If in case you want me to come to the stage where we are now as regards as this family, there were reports that Ayatollah Ali Khamenei wanted to kill President Trump. That was one report, twice. But I think President Trump said that we will not harm Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. He will not be taken down. But the recent report from Israel say that we are going to take him out. Sir, my feeling is that there are people who are not very happy with the current regime in Iran. The Israelis believe that they are not after the Iranian public. They are not against the Iranian public, but they will go hammer and tongs after the Iranian regime. The Americans have said that we will negotiate with the new team. If you recollect, the 6th round of talks, which was supposed to be hosted by Oman, the Americans said that we are going to come to the negotiating table on the 14th. Iranian side said that we are going to come to the negotiating table on the 12th. But then nobody came to the table was vacant. So what has happened is that the Americans have said that now we'll negotiate with the new team. As you would have noticed, the Shah, who is presently in exile, suddenly his Twitter account gets shining.
Activated.
So Shah has a son-in-law who is a Jew, and the Shah has declared that he is going to hold a party in Tehran to felicitate his son-in-law. The signals are that Shah is being used as a front face, and the people who are disgruntled with the Iranian regime, who have been seen dancing in their homes, not on the streets, they could have done it openly, they will come up and there'll be a revolution again in Iran, and this time it will be headed by the Shah. And then Shah will be taking over as the new ruler of Iran. So the Iranians from the Band Gala, they will now shift to shirt and tie. So very soon you will be seeing ties being sold in the streets of Tehran, and the glory of the Paris of the East is bound to come back. That is what people are thinking of. So the negotiations will be with the Americans, the Israelis and the Shah. Sir, just to remind your viewers, till 1979, Iran and Israel, they had a very good relationship to the tune that Israel helped Iran in building their nuclear facility. They called it as the Atoms for Peace. That was a state where Iran and Israel were, and look at the time that we are seeing now when they are at loggerheads trying to catch each other's throat. And the unfortunate part is that in the attack on Israel, the Weizmann Institute came under attack. The institute which gave us the Higgs boson particle, the institute which came out with 6 Nobel laureates, its building was damaged. So collateral damage has been pretty heavy, if I may say so. Anything else you want to cover, sir?
Yeah, so this is only part of it. We'll come back to it. This is just the beginning. This is not going to end here. Iran is 75 times larger than Israel, or something like that. It's an abnormally high number. They are 10 times more populous than Israel. The final word has not yet been said. Although I'm also hopeful that Shah, if he comes back, he would probably have some sort of a constitution done again based on the old one to make a democracy happen in Iran, so that they never go back to this theocracy-based state. Let's hope that something like that happens. Colonel Mike, so today the developments are that Trump has put out tweets saying people flee Tehran, and all the roads going out of Tehran are chock-a-block, completely blocked. And what do you think is the message behind that?
The message is that the people are now disgruntled. They don't want to stay in the current regime, and they fear some backlash from the Israelis. And that is why they are fleeing Iran at a rapid pace. What my thinking was that the Americans will be sucked into the conflict. And what my feeling is that within 2 or 3 days, what will happen is that Iran would have exhausted its stock of missiles. Then the non-state actors will be pressed into service, and these non-state actors will then act on American interests. They will attack the American interests, and America will be sucked into the conflict at some stage or the other. The backdoor channels diplomacy will be on. The Shah will be put as a front face of the revolution. He will try to take power, but we will see a very messy affair, even if this conflict is theoretically stopped. But practically on ground, it will be a very messy affair, and Israel and US will have to brace for a longish conflict, not with the Iranian army or as such, but with the non-state actors. And I see Pakistan also coming in the line of fire.
Thank you so much, Colonel Chaubey. We have a few questions for you, sir. If you don't mind, shall we take them now?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Questions, please. Magnet Ranga wants to know, with top leadership of its forces eliminated, how did Iran still manage to quickly regroup? How much longer do you feel Iran can continue with this war?
Mr. Magnet, Iran has a well-defined hierarchical structure in their army. So it is like the king has died, long live the king. So this goes inside all the armies. Even if the top man is eliminated, a thinker is eliminated, the post is taken over by some other person, that thought will definitely go away. But the new person will come with a new thought. So you will never have a vacuum. You will always have somebody stepping in, but the level of intellect and the level of planning may not be the same.
Next one, please. Vishnu Gopi wants to know, Colonel Sir, Moab has not been used till now. Will USA backstab Netanyahu, save Iran to maintain their arms market in the Middle East?
I have been given to understand that a 500 pounder was used, but I'm not very sure whether it was used or not. Will USA backstab Netanyahu? No, USA always sees Netanyahu as a very favorable ally. Unlike India, he knows that the existence of US is because of the existence of Israel and vice versa. So the relation between the Israelis and the Americans is slightly different than the relation that we see with us. Save Iran to maintain arms, then no, I don't think so. He will not backstab Netanyahu at any stage. See, overtly what he'll do is, he will show that, okay, the Israelis are attacking Iran, but then we are not with them, and we want diplomacy and peace to prevail in the region. But unconfirmed reports said that there were American jets which flew along with the Israeli army. There were 8 aircrafts which were airborne with their transponders off, aiding the Israeli raid on Iran. And everybody knows that it's in the open domain. So America will always support Israel, come what may, because the American existence is because of the Israeli existence.
Next one, please. Sachin Sharma wants to know, is there any Turkish involvement in the AI flight crash in Ahmedabad? Sir, slightly off topic, but we would still like to have your thoughts.
Sriji, before the show, we were discussing this, and I made a mention that the unfortunate incident took place at 1:38 in the afternoon, and 2:31 I had raised a finger as to where the malady was. I squarely blamed the involvement of Chaubey and Technic in this. Technic is a company which carries out servicing of the 787s in India, and it has got Turkish roots. Chaubey, it has always been discussed that Sumaya Erdogan, the daughter of Recep Tayyip Erdogan, she holds 9% stake in Chaubey. Chaubey is the ground handling agency which handles cargo, shipments, and repairs maintenance of aircrafts in 9 centers in India. That goes on for Indira Gandhi International Airport as well, and the Palam Airport. Now, the important part is that our VIP fleet and other important aircrafts are all parked there, and Chaubey has access to this. All 787s are being serviced by Technic or by a company which has a joint venture with Technic. So practically every 787 will have a Turkish imprint in them. So my thought was, yes, there was involvement of this, maybe on the signal of our dear neighbor Pakistan. They would have activated the sleeper cells in Mumbai, maybe Delhi, and in Ahmedabad, and something is amiss. So I'll wait for the report to come. The black boxes have been found and they are under investigation at this point of time. Sir, through your channel, I would like to warn everybody that yesterday I noticed that there was a WhatsApp forward floating that some report has come of the investigation where they said that the pilot, he fell back because of the forces of rotation. Rotation is when the aircraft was climbing, and he had activated the flaps, and the co-pilot could not take out because of his body weight. So this is all rubbish. If in case you come across such forwards, please delete them. And from where you get these forwards, please guide the person that these are all misleading things, and please don't fall prey to all these things, because it takes at least a month, if in case it is fast tracked, to come up with the first report, a first impression of what has happened, and it takes around 6 months to a year to decipher as to what exactly went wrong. So no agency in the world can say what went wrong at this point of time. It's a matter of conjecture. Thank you so much.
SK Digital wants to know, don't you think there is a shift in war concept? I feel it's more of false news and propaganda and social media than actual content. These SM false news are destroying one's mind.
Sir, now the wars are not only being fought in the battleground, they are fought on the browsers as well. So we should not forget that every person who has a mobile is a potential warrior. And during Operation Sindoor, we experienced that. We had false propaganda from Pakistan, even though they had taken a hit and they had nothing to show. Our DGMOs, they came out with photographs with satellite imagery of the hits that they have done. But the Pakistanis had nothing to show. What they showed was a video game that was caught by the British press, that they were showing a video game and telling the people that their anti-aircraft battery was so active and they had brought down an Indian plane. And then the British, they said, sorry friends, this is part of this video game. Despite this, I found that the narrative warfare, the Pakistanis were having an edge. We were slightly disjointed. We were all lone warriors trying to fight the battle. And let's see, something probably is being done about it. And we'll find a definite change. So yes, your answer is a big yes. Social media warfare is going on. Like in this case, they say that 4 F-35s have been hit. There's a picture of a beautiful F-35 lying on the ground with its left wing broken. Now, if you compare the humans around that plane, they are pygmies, and it's a huge aircraft, as if a huge spaceship is lying there, and small humans are seen. So the person who would have done a good Photoshop, but then he lost out on the proportion part of it. So he got caught there. So of what I feel, that the F-35s have been downed like our Rafales came down. That is the part. So yes, social media is being utilized to the best in this propaganda warfare.
Next one, please. Magnet Ranga says, Pak says it will nuke Israel if they nuke Iran. Do they still have nukes after Op Sindoor is supposed to have neutralized them? Does Pak want Iran to believe BS?
Ranga sir, we have already discussed what Iran has done. They have hammered Pakistan nice and proper in the narrative warfare. Now Pakistan has got no place to hide. Now they are giving statements in the parliament. They are supposed to give that Iran is our biradar mulk and we are supposed to support them. And Pakistan giving a clarion call that all the Muslim Ummah should rally behind Pakistan in giving support to Iran. That they are supposed to do and that they want to do because they have got no face to hide. You are exactly right. I don't think they are left with anything to show.
Next one, please. He wants to know, sir, Boeing 787s are falling like electronic post-warranty, failing like electronics post-warranty, seemingly accident waiting to happen. Is Air India holding the bag due to design with flaws? If I did a program, very, very detailed program about the technical flaws in Boeing yesterday. It's close to 100,000 views. Do watch that because it's a complete compendium of not just 787 but also 737, because some of those things got carried over into 787, and a clear warning by a quality assurance manager that the kind of mistakes that they were doing in the assembly line, those will start showing up 10 years later. This plane first reached the shores of India on Jan 31st, 2014. So it exactly as he prophesied. Sir, you wanted to add?
No, there was a video of a whistleblower also. He was pointing out the flaws in the 787 program. And then because of his act, he was shifted to the 777 program. So he brought out the flaws and they said that they wanted to save money. So they wanted to continue with the flawed design. So many theories are being brought out, but it is yet to see.
Thank you so much, Col Mayank Chaubey, and it was a pleasure and honor. We'll be having a regular interaction with Colonel Saab every alternate Tuesday at 10 a.m. Do join us again for the next one. Thanks once again, sir. Namaskar.
Namaskar, sir. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you.